Austerity, take the austerity. Don't stay in that comfort zone. If you are going to stay in the comfort zone, we will live whole life in the comfort zone. And at the end of the life, we will regret, what did I do in my life? What was my intentions? What did I do? And every one of us has to face that time. So we have to really remain determined, and we will achieve, the first is we will become joyful, and then keep on increasing that happiness. In the material world, we flickering happiness, but next moment our Acharya says the real happiness that we derived in the material world is between the suffering. Little cessation come of suffering, we feel, oh, I'm okay. But it's not that we are really enjoying the real happiness. This is just the cessation of the misery, and we take it for granted as a happiness. So, our natural condition is Satchitananda. So, chanting the holy name release in the heart an ever-increasing ocean of transcendental ecstasy. And if you see that the devotees who are the Suddha Bhaktas, you can see how nicely they allocate their time to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And it's a very sublime process, because there is nothing else in this material world can give you the happiness except when you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And we have not experienced because we are not putting the practice sincerely. Our mind wanders in so many things. We never been concentrated, hearing the each syllabus properly. What to speak of chanting, I have seen so many devotees. One thing I have noticed, that if you have a bad habit from the beginning, it's very difficult. I have been mentoring some of the devotees that they have been chanting for 15 years. And I correct them that you are missing this syllabus. So they will be really attentive for a couple of months. And then they stand after, I keep on telling them that it's not that once you start even the Sudhanam, you will be able to chant again Sudhanam constantly. Constant effort is required. And I do a lot of gardening in my house, and I got the deep realizations that every section of my house, Monday I work 1 hour to weed out that area. Tuesday this area, Wednesday this, Thursday this, Friday this. And wheat comes, even though I remove with the roots in the bucket and throw in the garbage. So that gave me the realizations that in our devotional practice also, those weeds are coming constantly. If you lose your enthusiasm and the determination, the weeds will pop up very easily. Constant endeavor is required when we chant. That I got the experience by doing the gardening. You remove the weeds, and they are the most fast growing element. Your plant will not grow, but the weed will go faster. So in our life also it's like that. Anartha is growing faster than our practices. And that's why we are not yet attained the taste for chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then it says the Pratipadam Purna Amrita Swadanam. Pratipadam means step by step. Our taste, Swadanam, become full, Purna. And that taste is nectarian, Amrita. So we will be able to relish the nectarian taste for which the soul is hankering. The soul doesn't have any happiness because it's a spiritual. Everything else except the soul and the holy name in this creation everything is material. And spiritual and material never mix together. If you take one jar, take some water, add some oil in it. You try to shake that bottle sometime, and just as soon as you will put on the table, oil and water will get separated. So same thing. We can never relish any happiness with this matter. And everything in this creation except the soul and the holy name is matter. And if you see our activity, we're dealing with the matter most of the time. Unless we really absorb in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and really engage relishing the holy name. So this is it says that the soul separated from Krishna, it lives in a desert, and there is no water in the desert. When we drive, and in the desert we see the mirage, and we feel that, if I drive 10 kilometers, I see the water. And when we reach the 10-kilometer mark, there is no water. So our life is like that. We feel there is a happiness somewhere. If I gain something in my life, I will become happy. But take it for granted, brother and sister, that it will never bring you the happiness. Yes. So what happened is the holy name is fully satisfying to our heart, because the holy name has a connection with our soul. And we feel so sublime if you chant nicely. You will get that experience. And unless and until you experience that happiness yourself, your faith is still not there. I can keep on telling you so many nice things. But unless and until you experience yourself in your life, that yes, there is a substance to the holy name. Why I'm not have any inclination to chant the holy name? We should spend more and more time chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then it says that the holy name is fully satisfying, and chanting saturate the soul with the rich nectar of Krishna's holy name. We feel so blissful if we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There should be no anxiety, even though we may incur the external difficulties in our life, but it should not make any difference on our devotional life. Like I'm not taking a proud, or I'm trying to prove that I'm better than you all. You are all great Vaishnavas. But we started the Zoom call, and 4 years, I have never been late, except 2 times. And that's also because of the natural conditions. I have no control on the situation. 4 years, steady. And we start at 2 o'clock in the morning. Every day, no matter what time I go to the bed, I wake up at 1:10 a.m. Last month, my relative has some engagement in Florida, and somehow or other to save the money, we bought the Spirit Airline ticket. And when we bought the ticket, we know that at least I will reach home by 11:30. So I have at least hour and a half, 2 hours sleep. Flight get late. I walked in my house at 1:37 a.m. Straight I went into the bathroom, did the brush, take shower. 1:57, I'm on the Zoom call. I never missed. No matter what it happened, that's the priority. And we should never deviate it. All these things has to run around by this principle, that 2 o'clock I have to start chanting. All other thing I can adjust. My sleep, if I don't get it, that's okay. If I don't get food, that's okay. But I never want to miss chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And if you steadily practice it, it's possible. We started first at 4 o'clock, then we started increasing at 3:30. Then everybody was enthused. Hey Prabhu, we should start. This is wonderful. We started at 3 o'clock. Then we went to 2:30. And when I attended the Naperville Japa retreat, I was so enthused that, hey guys, let's start at 2 o'clock. And I have 7 people join at 2 o'clock, between 2 to 2:10 a.m. And by 4:30, we have about 45 devotees chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That determination is required. And then what it says, the Sarva Atma Shnapanam. When we chant the holy name, it bathes the soul, cleansing of all subtle and gross contamination. And by chanting Krishna's name, it will destroy all these anarthas, like dirt, get removed when we take shower. And all these anarthas is removed, we feel fresh and peaceful. And nothing should deviate. So then it says the Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So how we will derive all these 7 benefits that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given. And if we are not experiencing those benefits, there is definitely some fault in our process and practices. Each word that has been given, all our Acharya, if you look at the great, our disciplic succession is so great. Like we see that today, that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, for 9 years, all the Chaturmas, they chanted 192 rounds. So it's possible. We do on the Zoom call also, on the appearance day or the disappearance day of our Namacharya Haridas Thakur. I have chanted 192 rounds. It took about 22 hours and 40 minutes, constantly. And on a Zoom call, just to enthuse other devotees, I keep my video on. They can see me sitting at the place. And one example was the one devotee, his wife joining on my Zoom call. And she said, Prabhuji, sit at one place and he chant. So last Ekadasi was on Friday. So when Ekadasi falls on Friday or Saturday, we chant whole night. So his wife says that Prabhuji has announced that this Ekadasi he's going to chant 12 hours. So we started at 8 p.m. and we continue until 8 a.m. and sit at one place, unless some nature calls we have to attend, otherwise never miss. So the devotee, when wife was saying, the Prabhuji, he said, I'm going to check him out. So he joined at 9:30 p.m. He hung around with me until 11 o'clock. And he said, man, he is steady, he's chanting. So then he said, I'm going to take a nap, but I'm going to put an alarm at 2:30 to check him out at 2:30. So he wake up at 2:30, he joined on my Zoom call. He saw me sitting at the same place chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He chanted for 45 minutes. He went sleep at 3:15 and he said, I'm going to check him out at 6:15 again. So then he created so much faith that he also started joining, that this is sublime. Because we need the association of the devotees. Like Prabhupada used to say, if you have a one stick, easily it can get broken. But if you have a 50 sticks, it's very difficult. So this is a very sublime process of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And also we need to reduce two things that I have really practiced in my life, and that has really helped me, is I have cholesterol, I have a high blood pressure, 4 years ago I'm talking about. And also I was taking 500 mg metformin for pre-diabetic. I don't like the allopathy medicines, and I took the shelter of the Ayurveda treatment. One of the devotee moved from Pune, so I took his treatment for 1 year. He was not able to reduce even from 4 pills to 3 pills. So he came one day with the medicine. I said, Prabhu, I'm not going to take your medicines because it has not helped me at all. I know that Ayurvedic take long time, but I waited 1 year. Then I told him that I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to show you in 6 months that I will become free from all allopathy medicines. So one day, after 2-3 months, I was dwelling, what should I do? So then I heard that our body has so many toxins, and toxins bring all the diseases. If you make your body toxin free, there is no way any disease can come. So one day we were sitting, so in the evening I told my wife that from tomorrow, for 6 weeks, I'm not going to drink a drop of water, neither I'm going to eat anything for 6 weeks, except I will drink 4 to 6 ounces of fresh juice. That's only intake in 24 hours, 6 ounce juice. You won't believe, on 17th day, all the doctor called me and they said, please stop all this, because my sugar level was going down to 65. They say, you eat the candy. I said, doctor, you were saying that you will never be able to get free from the medicine. What happened? He said, no. So for 4 years, since then I have not taken any medicines. And just to prove that Krishna is so sublime, he has made this body so wonderful. If we use it properly, then there is no disease should enter in our body. But because we are careless in everything, all we contain is all the diseases in our stomach. So I highly recommend that there is called the hydrotherapy. It may not work for everybody, but it has helped so many devotees that they cure so many diseases and they become healthy again. So cleansing process is required. And once you practice like that for 6 weeks, without any food or the water, then there is nothing that you know that, okay, if I get food, that's okay. If I don't get it, that's okay. Our body can maintain. It's not. We have so bad habit that breakfast, even though you are hungry or not, we want to eat breakfast. If you are hungry or not, you want to have a lunch. If you are hungry or not, you want to take a dinner. We are not giving any rest to the stomach, you know. And we think that, when I wake up in the morning, as soon as I pick up my japa bats, we start sleeping. Why? Because we are not controlling all the senses. And it's really helped me to become fixed is on the nectar of instruction. Vacho vegam manasaha krozda vegam. Jihva vegam udar upasta vegam. And in that, when you go home, I humbly request that please open the purport on the first verse of Nectar of Instruction. There is a one paragraph. It says in Anavruti explanation by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj that all the bodily identification, I and mine, come through the uncontrolled senses. And unless and until we will be able to control the senses, Maya Devi will never leave us alone. That's what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj has said. Please go and read that 11 line only that text on first Nectar of Instruction, that one paragraph. So over here, why we are not getting? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving the answer on the second verse. Nama nam akari bahuda nija sarva saktis tatra pita niyamitaha smarane nakala etadrustava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdaidam idrusham ihajani nanu ragaha. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction upon the living being. And therefore, you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. And in these transcendental names, you have invested all your energies. And there is no hard and fast rule to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You know that Gopal Guru Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling, and one person, he wants to evacuate, cleanse his body. And because he thought that by this, doing this activity, I should not utter the holy name. So actually he was holding his tongue because he was practicing constantly chanting Hare Krishna. So he held his tongue. And then when Gopal Guru Goswami saw that person, Gopal Guru Goswami says, no, don't do this. You chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was next to it. When he heard it, he said, you are the Gopal Guru Goswami, that you are instructing the right instructions to the people. We can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in all circumstances, anywhere. It has no restriction whatsoever. So it says that chanting the holy name, O my Lord, you have so kindly made approach to you easy by your holy name. You know, it's like the king. I have the example. The king, he went on the street and he changed his outfit and he became a sweeper on the street. And he was inviting all the people because, you know, if the king speak, then people may have the respect and all restrictions may come. So he became an ordinary sweeper and he said, oh, come and see the king, you know, he is free, we can visit it. So that king was himself as a sweeper, he invited them. And when they come, they said, okay, wait over here, the king will come. So then the sweeper himself, now they changed his outward clothes and he wear the king clothes. And everybody, oh, you made that nice arrangement that we can see the king. Now king is no different than the sweeper. So the holy name is like a sweeper. He will cleanse our heart so Krishna can enter into the heart. Krishna will not come into our heart unless we give him. He is transcendental. He is pure. He has no contamination. He has no attachment with any modes of nature. So do you think with those engrossed thoughts in our heart, Krishna will reside in our heart? It's difficult. And even though he will recite, we will never be able to understand him. So what are the things that stopping us to attain that taste from the holy name? So our Acharya has given that there are 4 reasons that why we are not tasting the holy name. What is the first one? Is the Tattva Vibhrama, the truth Tattva of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teachings, that lacking the spiritual depth to realize just how tiny we are, bewilders into the conviction that we are actually significant, right? In the material world, we want to control, we want to show off. We have so much pride, arrogance, ego, that's stopping us to attain the love of God. So we always think the world should evolve around my desire, right? Everyone has that. If you see that, our life is full with that arrogance and ego. Unless we give up this false ego, there is no way we will be able to penetrate the holy name. So our consciousness captured by the false ego proves that we lack self-knowledge. Although being Krishna's eternal servant implies that we have an eternal relations with him, and we nevertheless have turned our back on him and have tried to separate ourselves from this intrinsic relationship. So because of that, we are suffering in the material world. We have a perfect relationship. And I can assure you by little experience, whatever I have, that if he wants to improve the relations among the devotees, unless and until you establish your relations with Krishna, all these relations will remain on the artificial level. We may seems to be that we are this friend, this is my relative, but when the time comes, you will see everybody will walk away. It's just the friend. Take the advantage as soon as you have something that they can get from you. As soon as they will find it out, try for yourself. You file for the chapter 13 and see how many friends will answer your phone call. When you are in trouble, people will not answer. Once they find it out you are in trouble, you are going to ask for the help. That's it. The friendship in the material world is like this. As soon as they have some benefit having the relationship, they will keep the relationship. But here the Krishna give you the guarantee that you come to me, I will give you everything. In Bhagavad Gita he says that I will maintain what you have. You are not going to be a loser of anything. But whatever you are missing to become happy, I will give you that. That's only Krishna can do. He's best well-wisher. He's one of the best friends. But we don't have time to establish the relations with him. And we wander around to create the relationship in the material world, which is false and never can satisfy us. So this is our position. So it says that we chant Hare Krishna, but how deep is our realization and surrender to that practice? I always tell the devotee who join on my Zoom call that it's not important. Even Niranjan Swami Maharaj, even after initiating the disciple, they take the vow that they have to chant minimum 16 rounds. Niranjan Swami Maharaj, when he initiates and when he sees some of his disciples struggling in his devotional practice, Niranjan Swami Maharaj has give his realizations about this. Openly he says, I instruct my disciple that chant 4 rounds, but that 4 rounds should be totally focused. And once you do that very attentive chanting, automatically your interest to increase the round will happen. But if we are keep on chanting the lousy round, we will remain at the same state. There is no taste. We will do as a duty, mechanical, to fulfill our spiritual master. But one thing my Guru Maharaj used to say, I see the face of my disciple and I can see how strong they are in spiritual life. Our face index speak everything. Don't think that your spiritual master doesn't know where you are. He can see through it. But what can he do? because he instructs directly against something, and still if you don't follow, then it's a guru aparad. So a lot of the time guru doesn't instruct a disciple. So we need to really become sincere. So the second thing is the second cause of the misfortune is thirst for the temporary things which has no relations with Krishna, right? We maintain petty desire for material comfort. We desire heavenly pleasure. We desire mystic power, and we tend to desire liberation or freedom from the suffering. Some of the devotees, they join and they said, okay, this is enough. A lot of suffering in this material world. But that is not the cause of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, to become free from the suffering. That's the jnani they take, and that ultimately merge into the existence of God. But our duty is to have loving relationship that we can enjoy eternally. So the last anartha appear while we are chanting our desire to go back to Godhead is strongly motivated by the desire to escape suffering. And this attitude is actually self-centered because we want to become free from suffering. So it's not that we are doing for Krishna. It says that there are three types of devotees. One is conventional, then one is like attached, and other one is the totally dedicated. So what is the difference? Conventional devotees, they will chant for a routine. They don't have a sincere desire to achieve the goal. They will follow like a rituals. Yes, my Guru Maharaj says I will have to chant 16 rounds. 16 rounds finished, this japa bag we won't see until next morning. That's conventional devotee. But the attachment who has created, they will become little serious. They will regulate the time, they will regulate that eating, they will regulate that sleeping. Sleeping is the main root cause. If you see Srila Prabhupada, never sleep more than 3 hours. Why there is a difference between Prabhupada and us? Why we need to have 8 hours of sleep? And even after 8 hours, when you pick up the japa bag, you will doze again. Right? That's a fact. But all our acharya, you see it, they were sleeping only 2-3 hours. 8 o'clock, you go to the bed and wake up at 11, 12. Very nice. See, the one thing I can say, my spiritual master says, 75% of your devotional life depend on what time you go to the bed. One time right now, I was talking and I was sitting with Ritadwaj Maharaj in the evening. And it was like a 7:30 and Maharaj's alarm goes off. So I asked Maharaj, what is this alarm for? He said, I never put the alarm to wake up. I put the alarm that this is the time to go to the bed at 7:30. So I start to prepare that at least by 8 o'clock I need to go. So we should also practice like this, and it's possible. I have so many on the Zoom call, they are working, and they are coming and joining at 2 o'clock, and I am amazed. How can you do this? So, third cause is Hridaya Durbalyam, refer to the two related weaknesses in our heart. Attachment to the object unrelated to Krishna. And you evaluate your life, how much time and effort we put in our life which has no relations with Krishna. And how much time and effort you are putting that can bring closer to Krishna. You see yourself. Nothing is, our Acharya has given the path so clearly. You can see yourself. You cannot fool around. How many times are we putting effort to make advancement in spiritual life? And deceit, fault finding, envy, and desire for the fame. These are the root causes that we have no attractions to chant the holy name. And as a sadhaka, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur notes that we should be especially careful of the hankering for fame. Such outpouring of false ego are extremely difficult to overcome. This is the Bhaktivinoda Thakur, our great Acharya, has given this. And the fourth cause of misfortune is aparad. while we chant the holy name, we commit so many offenses. Benefit is there, but not to the extent that you will create the taste of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If you cannot increase your number of rounds, that shows that you have not yet attained the taste for chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because it is so sublime, so soothing, it gives you so much happiness. So if we have not yet reached and just 16 rounds is the duty, put the japa back, we will remain on the conventional level of the devotees. So to understand the aparadha and why they adversely affect our ability to achieve the result of chanting, we should remember that Krishna and his holy name are totally non-different. As Maharaj says in the morning, Nam and Nami are same. As the example is given, like somebody will say, what is that? I will show you. When I will go on the 4th level of the building, I'll show you a beautiful thing. Okay? So that was the prediction, that on the 4th floor. So they were walking on all the stairwells. All the stairwells were making by gold. Beautiful. And when they reach on the 4th floor, then he saw this is all gold-plated ceiling and everything. But then they are forgetting that when they were climbing to the 4th level, they still see that gold, but they didn't realize. So same thing, the holy name when we chant, it's same association with Krishna, but because of our all these faults within us, we cannot realize that it's the same gold as on the 4th floor. Like donkey, donkey. We should remember the example that they see the green grass. They feel that if I carry the heavy load throughout the day, at the end of the day, my owner will give me a green grass. And just to eat the green grass, they work hard whole day alone, forgetting while they carry the load that if they look around on both sides, there is always a green grass. He just unload that and have the green grass at any time. But they cannot see it. So our life is like that. Where the happiness is there, we have no inclination to spend the time. Where there is a suffering, that's what we want to pursue and put all our effort. So these are some of the thoughts that chanting, it is what, 12, is time now up? Huh? 12:15. So we have about 35 minutes? Okay. So, I will share the essence. All the aparadha, the root cause of aparadha is inattention. Inattention happen with body, inattention happen with the mind, and inattention happen with the soul, heart. Inattentions with the body is sleepiness, laziness. With the mind is always get distracted. When we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we may be dual. What did happen? Why did he do this to me yesterday? All this thought of the previous day, and that whatever happened in your life, you will remember past. Then you will dwell in the future. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. So we never stay present when we chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Either we are in the past or we are in the future. But we don't want to stay in the present. Bhurijan Prabhu says, one mantra at a time, one syllabus at a time. And pick one syllabus out of the Mahamantra, any, like, last Krishna, Hare Hare, or whatever in between Krishna, Krishna. You make commitment that I'm going to chant. And when you even select one pair, you will see a whole mantra will go nicely. And my practice is I always keep beautiful holy name printed and I laminate it very beautifully. And I put it right in front of my desk. And every syllabus, I just read it. We need to pretend that we don't know the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And just read Hare Krishna Mahamantra. and hear it. Simple process. But we are not. In the beginning of my life, mind was going away, right? And we heard a lot of the Acharya says, if mind goes away, you bring the mind back. What does it mean by bringing mind back? Anybody wants to volunteer? What does it really mean? What they are saying? Huh? But still specific. Huh? Hear the mantra, right. Bring the mind back means listen the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In the previous, I used to carry small diary and a pencil. And when I start chanting, if my mind goes away, I used to put just click like this, one dot on the paper. When I used to finish my 16 round, the piece of paper was full with the dots. And I was thinking, when I'm going to get free from those dots? And the realization is, you see for yourself, practice this thing. Whenever mind goes away, you just think, because some thought came in your mind or something, that you become unattentive to hear the holy name. That's the only reason the mind will go. If you keep on listening the holy name, your mind will never go anywhere. Simplest thing is to hear properly. Chant properly and hear it nicely. Then there is no way what the mind has to do. Nothing. And our heart will become so joyful. When you chant nicely, we have experience, right? Someday that we, by Krishna's grace, we chant our round beautifully. That day goes so beautifully. Everything moves like a smooth life. And I have seen that, whoever chants Sudhanam in their life, there is no anxiety. Look at all the sannyasis, right? Nothing happens to them. They always energetic, always chanting, spreading the message of Krishna. This is our life. What is the difference between us and them? They are also born in this material world. How much change they made in their life. Why we think that we cannot reach that stage in our life? What is the difference? They were also like us one time in their life. So what is required is enthusiasm, determination, steadfastness in your practice, and the patience. We should never deviate it, whatever happened. Even if you are sick, some people, they are on the sick, they will text me on that Zoom call, Prabhu, today I'm sick. I say, what happened? When you are sick, still you cannot chant. If you will, some friend will come, do you think that you are not going to speak anything to them? We vibrate our tongue very nicely. As soon as we get the opportunity, the sickness will be on the side. But they cannot chant because there is sickness. I said, what kind of excuse is this? And if you cannot chant, even join on the Zoom call, you will hear at least the holy name. You don't have to chant, but at least you will hear. So we are really, become really, we have no interest actually. So then other Bhakti Vinod Thakur has given another 3 reasons, very profound. But let me finish this. The inattentions come through that. The mind, I discussed that you go in the past or you go in the future. We never stay in the present. That's the inattention for the mind. And for the heart, we forget who we are. And we need to be in a prayerful mood constantly. Or we should listen the translation of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What does it really mean? Prabhupada has given a very simple, that please, energy of the Lord, Krishna, Supreme Lord, engagement in service. But if you really read, Bhakti Vinod Thakur has given the translation of each syllabus. What does it mean by first Hare? What is the second Hare, then Krishna, then Hare, Krishna. Wonderful translation. If anybody need, they can approach me. I will give you the translation Bhakti Vinod Thakur has written. And once you read it, you meditate while you are chanting the holy name. It's so sublime. So the and the heart, because we are not preparing our heart in a prayerful mood. We never feel that we need help of Krishna when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We should be always dependent on Krishna. Even we breathe in, do you think that we have a guarantee that we will exhale? There is no guarantee. On Zoom call, one of the Mataji was joining from New York, and she joined at 3:20, and at 3:40 a.m. she texts me, Prabhuji, I need to log off today because my neighbor is only 52-year-old has died. Now remember that person when he went to the bed, do you think that he has thought that I will not be gonna wake up, this is my last night? Our life is like that. Govinda Dasa said, Kamala Dala Jala Jivana Talamala Bhajo Hu Haripada Niti Re. Always we should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra as much as possible, because our life is in a petal, water drop on the lotus petals. Small wind will come, destroy the whole of our plant. So one thing, when I wake up in the morning, when I look at the brush, when I do the brush, I commit myself that today is my last day in this planet. And I share this with my family also, that today may be a last day. And you will see how you will react with all this being. Even your enemy will come. You will change that why I want to carry that. This is only today. Then it will help you. We make so many plans. If something happen, what is going to happen? What will happen to my children's education? If you are not going to be living tomorrow, why you worry about those things? Krishna will take care of everything. People worry about the retirement. Who knows? Every day you just consider when you look at the mirror that this is my last day. And everything will run nicely. You chant nicely and Krishna will manage everything nicely for you. You don't have to worry. Krishna is so powerful. What we can manage, he can manage millions of times better. But we have no faith in him. Where there is nothing, we poke our head, everything. So don't worry about future. Who knows what is going to bring tomorrow? We don't know. So why we are worried about something? So that's my, I tell my family actually. I also made that, not to show up myself, but I have full conviction in Krishna. Rakhe Krishna mare kaun, mare Krishna rakhe kaun. So I have told my family that never administer any allopathy medicine to me, never take me to any medical doctor, never take me to the hospital. I have a firm faith in Krishna that if he wants me to live in this world, he will keep me healthy. When I fall sick, I'll surrender to him, knowing his desire. He doesn't want to be here and happily live this material world. What you are going to get by putting the tube in your body, that life is horrible. Why we want to go there? And that's the, other realization came other day in my mind, that never go for any medical test. If you go for medical test, then you will know that you have a cancer. And once you find out that you have a cancer, then your whole life is changed. Don't go for testing. In the previous time, in India, there were no hospital, no doctor. They were living happily. And they were, dying whenever the time comes. If you don't know, then you will go very nicely without suffering, because you are enjoying up to the last day. So that's why I have taken a vow that I never want to go in a hospital. So if you see me, please, if I see that somehow or other, if I intend to go, stop me. I don't want to go through that step. Live happily up to the end, chant Hare Krishna, and enjoy. And then for sure that if you dedicate your life, Krishna will make wonderful arrangement where we can eternally enjoy with Krishna. Right? No suffering here, no suffering afterward. Win-win situation. So then, and the other root cause for the inattention is I and mine. So I and mine is the root cause of all other offenses. and we see that how much we are detached or how much we are attached with our family member, right? We will do everything for our family member. But if somebody come from outside, we have no feeling for other. I was just thinking that before even husband and wife get together, right? That they are not engaged. They don't know each other. And the same wife, future wife, suffering on the street, there is no compassion, right? Okay, there is one who is suffering, okay. As soon as you get married, it becomes most important, right? Why? Because now we have a relationship. So same thing with Krishna. With Krishna, once we have the relationship, he will take care of nicely. He will look for all the good thing for us. But because we have not created the relationship, he will keep on walking and let us see suffering in this mortal world. This is the situation. Also, I would like to leave little time for the question and answer. And other three things is really important. And I think tonight I'm going to share you some practical tips how to improve the chanting. There are 9 steps there, and also I will give you some practical tips how you can improve your chanting in the evening session. Last thing I would like to share, some Bhakti Vinod Thakur has says that we are apathetic toward the devotional service, one root cause, and jadya, laziness and inertia, and the distractions that we discuss. And there are so many, I am so keen to interest about reading about the holy name. Any books that related pertaining to the holy name, I want to read those books. So many wonderful things if you read those different writing of our acharyas. The holy name is everything. And I think tomorrow on the Sunday feast we will be singing that Kevalastakam, where it says what is the name of the author of the Kevalastakam? Nilkanta Goswami, who wrote 100 verses to glorify Mother Earth. He write 100 verses to glorify the cows. He write 100 verses to glorify Srimati Radharani. He write 100 verses to glorify the spiritual master. He wrote 100 verses to glorify the holy name. These are the only 8 verses that we picked out of that 100. But these are excellent. Holy name can give us everything. What we are looking or putting any effort, that is, we think that we are doing and I'm getting the result, but this is because we have performed some pious activity in the previous life, so we are reaping off that benefit. But if we don't accumulate the good karma in this life, we can see next life will be on the straight. So I will stop here and see that anybody has any question, comment, corrections, and chastisement. Yes, Atula Mataji. You can take this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. This is such an amazing, soul-touching inspirations, from you, and you're sharing your own live example of, how holy name is everything for you. So thank you so much for giving us your association. Very, very precious. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much.
So Prabhu, the question is, you're talking about, the sleeping time and the duration of sleep is really and the food. So how can we go from, I can talk about myself, body full of toxins, needing to sleep and eat, from there to,
Right.
needing very less sleep and very less food and still be able to perform during the day.
I attended the LSU University in Louisiana. We are trying to open the center in Baton Rouge. And we have a 22 students that they were doing masters and PhD. So one student, when I give the little talk, And he came to me. He said, Prabhuji, I have been struggling to go to the bed early and wake up early in the morning because I know the benefits of studying in the morning. 8 hours, like I feel so pity about the college students that they study from 8 p.m. to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I feel so, that how come they cannot change the schedule? That 6-8 hours of work, if they go to the sleep early, they wake up in the morning, they can accomplish this in 3 hours. But because of the habit. So this student, after my talk, he came to me and he said, Prabhuji, I like your talk. Please tell me what should I do to wake up in the morning. So I told him that 15 days of determination is required. What I want you to do is everything you stop thinking about by 7:30. You do the brush and whatever, get ready for the bed rest at 8 o'clock. You know for sure that you were going at midnight, 1 o'clock sleep. Even though you will go to the bed at 8 o'clock, you may not get sleep. Accept it. But you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Even though you have no sleep, you wake up at 3 o'clock. And then during the daytime, I told him that even if you have to watch a movie, go and watch a movie for 15 days, but stay awake during the daytime. No nap. And what will happen? You will get the sleep. It will take some time, maybe 3, 4, 5 days maximum, I think. If you maintain no sleep, then you will get, like instead of 1 o'clock, you will start getting at midnight. Then it will come to 11. But I told him that 15 days you have to remain fixed. No matter how much rest you got it or didn't get it. Do this practice for 15 days. Whole schedule will come, and when you go to the bed at 8 o'clock, you will sleep within few minutes. And now he is joining, even though he does his master. He joined before around 4 o'clock on our Zoom call.
Very nice.
He studied it, he joined, he chanted his holy names. Shri Sri Radha Shyam Sundar ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai, Lord Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So I think it just need the practice. You remain steadfast. You became a resolve that this is what I'm going to do. And leave your cell phone for 15 days, 25 feet away. Don't keep near your pillow because you will snooze it. You will turn it off and you will go back. Even I have seen some there, devotee, they say, Prabhuji, even I walk 25 feet. I feel so sleepy. So I feel like, let me take little 5 minutes. And that's it, 5 minutes become 2 hours. So remain fixed for 15 days and you will change your life. And it's very good. The one thing I would like to share that sleep between 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We may think that I'm getting 1 hour, 2 hour extra, but that sleep is 2 times stronger than the rest of the night sleep. You will become rejuvenate your body. So even less sleep. I hardly sleep. Always, every night, I sleep less than 5 hours. 4 hours. Whenever I put 1 hour, 1 p.m., 1:11 a.m. is my default. So when I go to sleep, when I click it, it will show me how long time do I have. 3 hours, 27 minutes, 4 hours, 44 minutes left to sleep. And you become ready. And never take nap during the daytime. And what other things that my Guru Maharaj taught me personally, that after you practice and become steady, and if you feel little sleepy during the day, he said that hold this heavy thing in your hand, okay, like this, and then you go to sleep, sitting on the sofa or on the chair. And when you feel asleep, this thing will go like this. And then you wake up. And that sleep, even though you may get 7 minutes, 12 minutes or 15 minutes, you will get like 1.5 hours of sleep compared to this. So, and the same thing with eating. We don't need, like, I'm doing intermittent fasting. So, last night also, Madhupati Prabhu gave me the ginger tea and some little savory, little less than a half bowl. That was my dinner. Since then I have not taken anything. So 18 hours I don't eat anything until 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock at my home, just I drink the juice and little makhana, they call the lotus right food. I take half of the bowl and 12 to 14 hours of fresh juice. That's my lunch. And dinner is very light. And you can survive. And I have seen that as you remain empty stomach, you will feel more energetic. Because we eat so much, we become lazy. If you start reducing your intake, just make a thing, like in my home, I have the coral ball, right? That's the limit. Whatever I want to eat, that's one ball. That's it, enough. And never ever complain about the food. My wife always asks, you never tell me, do we have the salt in the sabji? I said, what does it make a difference? It's when we pass through the throat, it's same thing. More tasty, and now I feel like, that we should marry to the girl who doesn't know the cooking. Because if they cook good, we will eat too much. But if they cook, not that good, automatically we won't eat that much. So that's the blessings. So look for whoever has not yet married, make that one requirement that they should not know the cooking. That your life will become very easy.
Thank you so much. I think the key I got from here is that I can trick my mind that do it only for 15 days. That's it.
Yes.
And then it will continue.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Atulya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for a wonderful class. It was lot of takeaways that we could point out for chanting. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
My personal experience is when I'm in deep pain.
I cannot hear.
My personal experience is when I'm in deep pain, I hear the chanting very well. That doesn't mean, I don't know how to make it like chant always with the same intention. The mood and the intention is very intense when I'm in deep pain.
Right.
But I'm not Queen Kunti where I can say, please keep on giving me pains, and then my chanting will be the best. So I don't know how to handle that kind of a situation.
Right. Yes. Yeah, I think, I have seen in Houston recently 4 Matajis diagnosed with the cancer. And I told them that because of your circumstances, if you cannot join, that's okay. You need to take rest or whatever is required. But I see it, like Prabhuji says, because the so much pain and suffering comes, we want to seek the help from somewhere, because we cannot bear that pain ourselves. So we are inclined to take the shelter at that time. But as soon as our body will recover a little bit, we lose that momentum. We feel that, okay, I'm okay now. I don't need the help of chanting. So that's a normal thing. I think that what we need to remember is our Acharya says that when you go to the sleep, you bang your shoes 100 times. When you wake up in the morning, you bang broom 100 times to your head to keep us straight. Remember that this is only last day. When you do brush, just remember today is my last day. Now how sincerely you want to chant that day, last day of your life. Just keep that thought always in your mind, that today is my last day. And you will see, you will deal with so many people so nicely. They will even think that, hey, what happened to you? How come you are so nice? Right? And the best thing, the real change in your life, this is really good, I'm just sharing with you. If you see the comment from your half, your wife, or the children, that, hey, you have changed, that really means you have changed. Unless you hear from the family member, then we have not changed it. So just live like a last day of your life, and that's it. No anxiety, no worries, live happily. Whatever you can do, you enjoy the day. Is it okay?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. And once again, I wanted to acknowledge a lot of key takeaways in the class that you gave, which are like resonating in the mind. Like, yeah, I could have done this. I could have done this. Maybe I should do this.
Yes.
So there are a lot of points, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else? Have any?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So you mentioned about this Shreyas and Preyas, right? The
Yes.
short term and long term. So long term goal would be love of God.
Yes.
But what can be a short term goal to be practiced on a day to day basis? Because long term is like too high for me. And
Yes.
so could you
Yes.
please advise?
Yes. This also gave me that little input doing gardening. I was traveling so much, with the Japa retreat and other centers I want to help. So I was not able to do the gardening on a regular basis. So my front yard I always keep nice, but the backyard take little second preference. So other day I saw that lots of weed in my backyard. I was thinking when I started digging, my long-term goal is to make sure all the backyard get cleaned up. That's my long-term goal. But I knew that it's so hard. How I'm going to clean? Actually, I was not even enthused to go and take up that, okay, winter will set in and very freezing come and that weed will die. Right? That's the solution. But I said, no, I have to do because it's good for our health. Working with Mother Earth is excellent. Vaisasiki Prabhu, he does gardening every day, hour and a half in San Jose. And he also reveals so many good things by doing the gardening. It's a wonderful process. A plant has the life, they can reciprocate with you. And the thing that I learned, that if these thousands of living entities crying for the water, and inside your house you want to live happily, is it possible? I spent in Houston, there was a lot of heat. No rain for 2.5 months, 105-degree temperature. My water bill for those 3 months was $460, $470 because I cannot sleep inside my house when I see the living beings are suffering from the water. So what I did, I went there. I said, at least I'm going to start working. And when I started, I selected the area near my gate. I have the gate on there. So I said, near the gate, I'm going to just clean 3 feet by 3 feet today. Okay? That's how I started. So the long-term goal is to clean the whole yard. But I started with a small section. When I clean, it looks so beautiful. I said, wow, I clean 3 by 3. I can do another 3 by 3. So I go and I clean another 3 by 3. And it looks so beautiful because no weed, you can see the black earth, Mother Earth. I said, man, I can still do. And that was a cloudy day. So no sun, nothing. I said, I can go a little further. So then I said, okay, I have some plants in the center. So I said, I'm going to go a little bit more on this side. So I keep on digging that all the weeds on this side. And when I see so much difference on that side, which I didn't remove, and this side, it gave me enthusiasm that, hey, this is something, what I'm going to do. Other thing I'm going to share you is when I do the gardening, I can, without the beads, I can count that I have chanted 108 mantras. I have the technique. I will share with you. So ask me that question. I will share with you how you can exactly count 108 mantra without any beats or anything, and perfect 108. And because I was doing gardening, I was always thinking, I want to know, I keep on chanting, so that all the plant get benefit. But I don't know how many rounds I chant. So I devised the system with Prabhuji's, Atulya Mataji's husband. I attended his workshop one time, and Prabhuji was saying we should make it in a 4/4 mantra, and Prabhuji was showing rectangular. So then I put more thought into it, and I have devised a very nice picture with Radha Madan Mohan that you can meditate, and you will see exactly 108 mantra without counting. So I started. So make that long-term goal is to attain the love of God. You know the process. What we need to do to attain the love of God is chanting Hare Krishna attentively. So allocate the time as a prime importance in your life and never deviate it from it. Even though you have to leave the world, so what? You wake up and chant. That determines we should be. And then start slowly doing it. I always tell the new people that commit yourself, not how many rounds you are going to chant, when you are going to meet Krishna and Radha. You promise them that at 6 o'clock, Radha and Krishna, I will come. And then be there at 6 o'clock. You don't let them wait. Then you fix with 6 o'clock for some time, make it 5:30. Promise them, Radha and Krishna, I'm going to come to serve you at 5:30. Then 5 o'clock, 4:30, 4 o'clock, 3:30, 3. It goes unlimited. I was sitting with Hanuman Prasad Swami Maharaj, and we were discussing, and Maharaj also wake up around 1:10, 1:15. So we tax each other in the morning. So Maharaj was saying, Syam Sundar, the best chanting, Maharaj reads somewhere in our Vedic literature, that the most prominent mode of goodness is between 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. And somehow or other then I told Maharaj that this is the time we do chant every day. He said, yes, I know, that is the perfect time to chant. So take small step at a time. And my observation, each mantra, this is my latest little, who I am a most fallen than you all, but I have little realizations. When I chant one mantra, I always think I have created a one step on the ladder that goes to Goloka Vrindavan. I don't want to create the step which will fall down later. I want to make it strong. So I will chant attentively one mantra. And then when I chant next mantra, I will think, okay, I'm on the second step going toward the Goloka Vrindavan. And if my one step is weak, my whole ladder will collapse. I have to start from the beginning. So then we will know how sincere we need to be. You don't want to chant and go up to 50% of your journey and then chant one mantra lousy and your whole process goes down. That sincerity we need to create.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for enlightening us. So, Prabhu, I have a question. How to believe in Krishna's plan? Then, for me, when everything goes well, I think that I believe in Krishna and I have faith. But if something goes wrong, I still rely on my own plan. I feel that Krishna will only help if we help ourselves. So how to, any practical tips to go from depending too much on ourselves to depend on Krishna? Because I hear you are talking a lot about last day and all that. So how to get to that state?
Yeah. Well, actually, if you take 15-20 minutes of your time in your busy day and quietly sit down and analyze your life from the childhood to now. Think about it. Who did everything in your life? Do you think that you were that main person who did everything? Dwell on these kind of thoughts. take yourself some time from the busy thing. I highly recommend that every one of us should once a week spend half an hour sitting in a quiet room, analyze our life, dwell on it. Who did everything when you were children? Who was taking care of you? You have no idea. Always there, Krishna is protecting us. Without him, we cannot even breathe one time. Only thing that we have not yet realized, that's the only thing. And that's why when the Pandavas was exiled, the Mother Draupadi became thirsty. And she said that, please bring the water. So first the Sahadev went, Nakul went, Arjun went, Bhim went, and then Yudhishthira has to go. And that lake is in Vrindavan. It's called Dharmakund. It's in, I forgot the name of the one. I said, oh, this is so nice that I can quote the one even. But that Dharmakund is there where this incident happened. So when the Sahadev went to take the water from the sky, voice came, until you give me the answer, you don't drink the water, otherwise you have to leave your body. Everybody was dying there. And what was the question? Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti ma yamalam shesa stavaram icchanti kim asyarya atah param. We have seen our forefather, we have seen our relatives, everyone is living this world. Sesa means if you have 14 divided by 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 2 is the remainder, Sesa. So who has not yet died? That we are. We feel Sesa Stavaram Icchanti. We think that this is permanent place for me. Even though we, our own eyes, we are seeing people are living. So we should understand that how illusion we are. Seeing the thing, you are seeing through your own eyes that your father has died, your mother, if they have left, if they are alive, that's very good. But I'm just giving you an example. We see them living. Then what is the guarantee we feel that we are going to live over here eternally? So when we dwell like this, take some time, dwell in your life. You have seen difficult time came. Who is solving the difficult time in our life? If we think that we can solve our problem on our own strength, nobody should be suffering in this material world. Right? Everybody should be happy. But that is not the case. So who really is arranging our life is, I think the plain thing, I would like to say one example, very good, very deep. A lot of the people ask me, is there our fixed destiny or do we have the free will? So I'm going to cite this example for clarification. Yes, there is a fixed destiny. According to our karma, what we did in the previous life, we have to take the reactions. But at the same time, we have a free will. We can change the destiny. So how we will explain? When you purchase the ticket, airline ticket, to go to India, that was your free will. Nobody tell you that you go to India. You made your choice. But once you sit in the plane, that's your destiny. If you have purchased the ticket to go to Bombay or Delhi, then once you sit in the plane, you cannot say, take me to Adelaide or take me to Melbourne. You are fixed in your journey. So destiny is fixed. Now within the destiny, do you have a free will? Yes. When you are sitting in the plane, one will person that drink beer and whiskey. And you have a choice, you can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So within even the fixed destiny, you have a free will to change your destiny. So all this life is, any actions we do, we know for sure there is a reaction for it. We know for sure. Paramatma is sitting in our heart witnessing everything. I always give an example, if you kill someone, right? And you know when you shoot somebody, how he fell down, how blood came on the floor, who came the 911, whatever happened, you know everything. If you have a money, you can have a best lawyer to fight in the court. And because you are afraid to spend your whole life behind the bar, you can go to the judge and judge says, okay, raise your right hand and say, you say nothing but the truth. right? And the judge will say, did you kill that person? You want to save your life, you will say, no, I didn't kill it. But when you say as soon as that I didn't kill, who is that person that giving you even the whole sin? That yes, you have killed that person. When we lie to somebody, we don't want to remember that I'm lying. But what is there something within us that tells us that you are lying? That's Krishna. So he witnessed everything. Every action we do, there is a reaction. So we have to understand that if we will live by the code of Krishna, he's telling us exactly what we need to do in our life. If you follow the path, then what is the suffering? There is no suffering. And suffering is there because of our mistake. And we need to gladly accept it. Because is there any choice? You know, in our life, one thing you have to see. Today, like those Matajis, they got their cancer detected. Night before, do you think that they will able to accept somebody says that you are going to have a cancer? They will accept? No. But when they diagnosed next day, did they accept it? Yes. We accept everything. Don't think that we are incapable of taking any kind of suffering. We will suffer. We have no choice. So remain free and enjoy your life chanting Hare Krishna. Just one day to live, that's all. Haribol. So I think we have already reached the time. So thank you very much all of you for engaging me in your service. And anything I can do, I always want to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of the wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhayavacha paditanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. The last announcement I have a wonderful gift for all of you. I have the band. Every retreat I go, I make some gift to the devotees. Sometime I make that round buttons to put that Mahamantra on it. This time I was thinking, what should I do? So I said, I'm going to give them a wristband that will stay. And it says, my life belongs to Krishna. So I have made the blue color for all the Prabhus, and I have made the pink for the Matajis. I'm going to put over here, please come and take the risk. That will help you.